Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Kelly. So I got a lot of emails, messages on YouTube, messages on Facebook, messages on my email address about mixed media and what exactly mixed media is. So I know I have a lot of people who are new to all this. A lot of people are coming around and you know, getting on the fun mixed media boot. It's a lot of fun, and I know it's confusing in a sense. I know it was for me kind of at first because I didn't quite, I mean, there's extremes, different extremes of mixed media. So what I decided to do is I'm going to kind of use mixed media on her. So as you know, I used the Prismacolors on her face. And I'm going in and out there, in and out, in and out. And what I'm going to do is I want to talk a few minutes about markers because that's the next thing we're going to use, and which then will begin the mixed media. Which what that basically means is that you're using different medias in your, you know, paintings, drawings, whatever you're doing. So I have to decide what color I'm going to do her hair. Her hair. I want her to be, maybe I'll use red. So there's different kind of markers. I'm looking at what colors these are. I'm horrible with colors. They have numbers, no colors, which is absolutely enjoyable. Okay, so let's talk about markers for a second. I love, and I have a big thing over here, and maybe if I get a chance, I'll show you when I'm done. I have two different big, humongous plastic containers. I have alcohol markers in one. I'm actually going to have to start putting them into another container. Those alcohol markers include Copics, Spectrum Noirs, and Aqua, or is it Aqua Color? There's Aqua Color, and then there's another one. I'd have to look over there that I have. Pro Marker, Aqua Marker. Now, I'm sure most of you know the whole alcohol marker gig. You know what I mean? Copics and, like I said, Spectrum Noir and different brands like that. Did you know, and maybe most of you do, that Sharpies and that Bic markets are also alcohol markers? So I think that if you're wanting to start out and you want to have alcohol markers and try them out and blend them, even if you bought a blender, there are blending solutions and stuff like that you can use to blend the colors together. Alcohol, I believe you can use like 70, I have 90% alcohol. We'll play with that and see. But I just buy the blender pens, and then you can use your Sharpies or your Bic markets. Both of those come in, as you can see, like this is a thinner marker. These are the Faber-Castell's Pit Artist pens. This is the big brush. This is the small one. But the Sharpies and the Bic markers, which are alcohol based, are they come in the thin, and they come, you know, fine and medium and bigger. So, you know, you get quite a selection. And now with school supplies being on sale and everything like that, you can get, you know, a great deal on them at Staples, Office Depot, Office Max, Walmart, wherever you decide to shop. That's number one. These are, like I said, these are my favorite. They're Faber-Castell. They're India ink. So they dry permanent. And it's kind of what I'm wanting for, you know, for me to do this with. And they come in a million different colors. And I have like skin tones, brown, black, red, green. Yeah, I mean, I love these. I love these. And like I said, I will hopefully grab my Copics over there. Now, like for her, we did the colored pencils, and I know people complain I do it this way, so I can see if I took the time, I could revert it when I'm uploading it, but it's easier for me to do this way with my hands. If I had to do it the other way, I wouldn't be able to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in I'm going to move this down a little bit more so you can see and kind of, if I, yeah, let's do it like that. If I zoom in closer for some reason, it gets fuzzy. I don't understand why. So I'm going to go in and kind of see where I got my drawings for the hair. And I'm going to trace. And you don't have to be spot on of how you had it. I'm just kind of giving her some hair. You can go around and you know. I want to kind of keep it easy where I can cut it out if I want to cut this picture out to put on a canvas, or I might just do that, keep it like this. I don't know. And you can do whatever kind of hair you want because it's yours. And I'm just going to kind of connect that around there. We know she's going to have one down in here. Start bringing it over. I saw that Veronica, which is Pattinson fan on YouTube, she had done a couple and I loved them, and she was showing some sort of, I don't know exactly what they're made of or how they're made, but some sort of rocks that she made from, I don't know if it was paper or whatever, but if you look up Pattinson fan, you'll see her video where she drew her little fairies. I like to make sure down there. And I kind of want one to kind of go up here like a little stray. All right, so now you see we have her hair. Remember, my color's off just a tad bit. This is a red color. Now, if you want, you can get a lighter color than this color to color it in. I think, now that I'm looking, I wonder if this is, I don't know what color this is. I'm terrible with colors. This is Pink Carmine. What color are you? Why won't you tell me? This one doesn't have the color. So let's just take this pink and go in. And this is a bold. They come in extra fine, medium, bold, and then extra, like the bigger ones. So this is actually a little bit darker than the color that I was doing. So what I'm going to do is keep it dark underneath here. And I'm probably going to have to go through with a darker color, maybe even black, to outline these dreads. And I don't care. Because it's going to look like it's a big clump. So I'm just going to kind of color it in. Now, if you don't want to color in with markers, use your colored pencils. I'm just trying to show some different things. So this is starting, this is considered mixed media. I've used colored pencils and I've used markers. And I'm probably going to take my colored pencil and add that into to add some texture for the hair. That's the fun thing. Is that you can just have a ball. I want this to be under here. Because we want these strands to stick out. I can't believe how orange it looks. But it's not. It really isn't. I'll do this one up here. Maybe I'll add a different color with these just to make her. I get quiet when I'm trying to concentrate. I'm trying to think like, oh, what can I add? Okay, so I'm going to kind of leave it like that for a minute. I'm going to go in and see if this is going to be a different color. Not really. Just a shade darker. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really quick color these in and then go in and use a little bit of brown or black and separate them. And that's something you can do, because sometimes when you start doing, whether you're doing crayon, marker, paint, you know, you get into a bind where you're like, wow, you know, I didn't think that it would all blend together so much. So that's what I'm going to do to make them look separate. Now this is India ink, so it's going to dry permanent. So if you use any type of marker on, any type of paint or water on here, it's not going to hurt anything. Now Tombows and Crayola, and there's quite a few different names, they are water soluble. And what that means is if you're using your Crayola markers, which I think is a great idea, you know, if you don't have the money to go and get these different kind of markers, use them, but be cautious. Either get a fixative, or just be cautious that you don't run, you know, if you're going to use paint in the background or do anything in the background, that you don't run like anything wet over it, because it'll, I kind of want one kind of up here. It'll smear because they're water. They're not waterproof, where these are. But it doesn't matter. You can use whatever you want. So now I'm going to finish coloring this one in. I think I need one right here. I'm kind of digging her hair. She kind of has my hair when I wake up in the morning, except mine's longer. So that is where we're at so far. Now I'm going to outline. So you want to use a pencil because that's what you have, by all means do. You want to use a marker, by all means, you know, do it. Do whatever you want to use. Use whatever you want to use. You want a color pencil, all goes into what you want. I think I want to keep it kind of light. So I'm just going to use this brown, and of course this is no name. It's a 180. I don't know. It's like a brown kind of thing. And it's kind of going with the whole, going over these eyebrows. So then, as I go into trace, it'll give it some separateness. And it's not going to go too dark, because I could use black. You could if you wanted. But I think I want to keep it kind of light, enough that it's divided. But again, this is yours. You do whatever you want, because that's the fun, is making your own thing. These are just ideas. Or you can copy these ideas and do this kind of thing. And then your next one that you do, you use your own. But do you see how that, I might have to hold it up. It really adds dimension and some depth in her hair. And because we all have, you know, we all have roots in our hair. If you saw my hair right now, it needs dyed so bad. I haven't dyed it in months and months and months and months and months. And it needs it. So I'm just going in. Again, you can use, if you have a darker red, you could use that. You could use black. You could use orange, purple, whatever you want. It's yours, baby. And then just kind of frame it around the face. No worries. And then we have her hair done. Now, for some reason, I told you I have to kind of get my light back in its position. And probably today isn't the day for me to mess around with it. I don't know. Because it kind of seems kind of bright. But let me lift it up. Can you see the, let's see if I do this. See the lines? Come on, lines, you were just there. Isn't it fun? Trying to figure it out. You can kind of see it. Let me see if I turn it this way or this way. Light back on. All right. I'll just push him back there. Okay, so there you go. Okay. So you can see I outlined it really good, you know, good. I can go back through with my marker later and cover in, excuse me, I can see where like I didn't, you know, trace up to the end. It doesn't matter. You can go in with a dark red now or whatever and give her some lines to give some more texture. It doesn't matter. You know, you can give her, you know, round or whatever you want. Okay. So that is that with the hair. Now, the body. So I'm probably going to stick with using markers right now. I could use paints. You can definitely use paints if you have paints. I'm looking for a big green. I don't know if I have a big green, because that would make it much easier. Okay. So I have a light green, and it's the Faber-Castell Artist Pen Big Brush. I got these off of Blitzy. They were having a wicked, wicked, wicked sale, and I think I bought like everything that they had there on sale because these are just my favorites. And I love these big brushes because not only do you get much more, I should have a darker one in there than this. Not only do you get more brush to color, it's with my hands, and I know a lot of you have the same thing. It gives you just great, you know, you're not hurting yourself by holding, because sometimes holding, you know, pencils or pens can be hard when they're very thin. So I just kind of did her dress like that. Boy, do I have to move my camera. You can tell I've not been in here. All right, now let me take a dark green. I'm going to trace her belt. And go in. Color in. Now I could down the road put in little rhinestones in here. You could do whatever you want. And I'll probably just take my normal, the color that I just used. I'm going to just make double sure. Okay, I'm just going to use this. Yep, there we go. Falling everywhere. Now, you don't have Sharpies, you don't have Bic, you don't have Faber-Castell, you don't have alcohol markers, but you have crayons. Go for it. Because it's all fun. It's all creative. And that's what we're doing here. We're just going to have fun and be creative. And I'm going to go over this dark green just to kind of do that. And I'm going to take the dark green when I'm done. And I'm going to make sure I get these V's traced out. Which I'll show you in a minute. And look how fast, I mean, it really goes fast with the color. And I'm not being perfect because I just want you guys to see. And I'm going to put, and you can go and put more. All right, and that goes for the thing. So we're just going to do this. Do this. So we got our girl. And I'm going to take the darker green. Now I'm going to just go in. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking exactly like perfect time to do this. Because then I'll have you guys here forever because I get very OCD and take too long. So if I just kind of give you the ideas, then you guys can have at it. So that is with the dress so far. So if I pull this back up and kind of do that, see how she's looking so far? If my camera wasn't being such a jerk. I shouldn't say that or it won't work at all. There we go. So that's kind of where we're at. So now we want to do the wings. And what color do we want to do the wings? How about I will trace them in purple. And you can go back to your colored pencils or whatever you want. I'm going to just trace the outline of what I see here that I had as far as the outside of my wings. That's simple. Bring it down through. And then go here. Do the same thing. Bring it inside the body and kind of color it in a little bit. Oh, see, now my hands touched that while it was still wet. It didn't dry yet. This is, like I said, this is permanent, but because my hands touched it, and I don't know why I'm running hot today. So, but yeah, so I'll just go over, and I can color that in with anything to touch that up. I'm not worried about that. So then I'm going to go back in and trace the second part. And I'll do like that, bring it in like that, and we'll leave it like that. So then that's her wings. But wait, now we want her, should we use crayons? Let's use crayons just to play. Just to show you. I'm going to do her legs here. So I know, and then I'll go in with a darker color. Okay, so let's use some crayons, and all I have are Crayola crayons, nothing big, no big deal. Very inexpensive, very good to use. So if I'm going to do purple, I'm probably going to do orange, and maybe what I'll do is, let me think. I think I'm going to color. Like I said, this is just playing. This is just showing that it doesn't matter what you have. Do it. I'm just going to take, I don't even know what color orange it is. Just orange. Okay. We've had a nice couple days here. We had humidity so bad. But the leaves are falling already. Which is kind of sad because it's just in the middle of August. But it's a happening. I'm going to just color the same over here. I'm not doing it perfect. Because I just want you to see that it doesn't matter what you use. And now we really have mixed media going. We have colored pencil, we have marker, and we have crayons. And if I really want to be crazy, I can use paint, which I might just to make a little background on here. But I don't know. I'm almost at 30 minutes, so I don't want to overdo time and get OCD of making sure everything's perfect and on point. Not perfect. I shouldn't say perfect. I just mean, you know, that my crayons are, yeah, we'll keep her like that. And she's looking good, and we didn't even do the inside yet. So I have, you know, I'm going to put that back. I'm going to do, because her dress is green, I can't decide whether I want to make these green inside. I might just do like a few colors of each. And then I can use my marker to outline, which I'll do a few of these and I'll show you. Because I'm going to use different colors. But I am going to do on each side some green just to add in on the color. And it doesn't matter where you put them. It doesn't matter. I want her to be a little funky fairy. Funky. And like I said, I love using crayons. I don't care. And I know so many of you have written me, and you don't have the money for all the mixed media stuff. And I totally get it because it can be overwhelming watching certain people's videos. Nobody in particular, and I'm not saying it to be mean, but sometimes it's like, you know, like what are you left to do if you don't have the golden new high flow you know, paint, or you know what I'm saying? And it kind of gets me depressed. No, it doesn't get me depressed, but you want to create, so you find a way to create. I have so many different recipes on my channel here, how to make sprays and alcohol ink, and how to make your paint move just with some plain alcohol and get really cool shapes and all. So, you know, there's so many ways and inexpensive things you can buy from the dollar store that just will help you get started and help you create and help you hone in on what you really like to do. You might go and say, hey, I want some Copics. I want this. I want that. And then you get them and then you're like, this really sucks. I don't like doing it. And then what? Then you're stuck. So why not play and practice and have a blast? And then know exactly where you want to be at as far as what kind of art you want to do. She's kind of like the funfetti of fairies. And I like heating up. I'll show you in a second, which you don't have to do. You can use your heat gun, your hair dryer. And I honestly don't know what it does. To me, it makes the crayons a little bit slicker looking, if that's the word. And you know what else I love? If you see them on sale and you can get them, are the Crayola Slick Sticks. Love them. I use them a lot. So I think I'll put another pink here. Now's where you can look and see, like, oh, do I have any, you know, empty spaces? Okay, so there we have our wings. And I'm going to hit it with, let's see if I get unattached. I'm just going to hit the crayon, and this will also set your ink. I just like running the heat over it, helps get it in there, and I'll show you. So if I take my crayon and go back over this one, you kind of get a little smoother look. Do you need that? No. But if you want to do it, do it. All right. So now, what color do I want to do the background of her wings? I would like to do, if I can move my, oh God, do I have to finish cleaning this room? Okay. I've not had time for anything. I'm lucky if I remember to pee. And you know how bad it gets. I don't mean to be too descriptive here, but you know when you go through the day and you forget that you have to pee until it's like too late and like you really just want to make it to the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? Let's do, I know that's way too much information, but I'm going to just take apricot. Looks very orangey. It's not. It's apricot. And I'm going to go in with my crayon very lightly. And it's quite a few shades lighter than the orange. So it's going to kind of give a... Now, you could draw lace or do lace or, you know, stamp lace on. You could... whatever you want. I know a lot of you guys do these... I've seen some videos on rocks, making rocks out of paper or something, and or butterflies and this and that. And I mean, you can really go wild. You can take paper and cut it into like when we were kids into snowflakes, but you cut it so you can make them into the wings. You can use lace. I mean, it's just endless what you can do. I just am showing the basic here. We're going to be doing another fairy with arms down the road, because I know you guys want the arms and the hands. And you can see it just adds enough where it's like transparent almost, but you still see those really good colors. So now what you can do is you can take, I will take this, wait. It's one crayon and I can't get back in. And now I can go in if I want, and I can take and I can make these stand out. Again, any markers that you have. Rose Art, Sharpies. I mean, there's a million different brands out there. Just remember, if you're using a non-permanent Crayola, that kind of thing, this will be fine. It'll do it, but you won't want to do a background and spray on it and that kind of thing, because it will smear. Art's about having fun. And when you're done, you think, hey, that's not bad. Next time, I'm going to try like this, or I'm going to do this. So this is basically mixed media. Now, I've not glued any papers on. You know, those of you who know me know I love doing backgrounds and the whole thing on the canvases and everything, but you don't have to, but it matches that color perfectly. You don't have to necessarily do like how I do, or some people do, and glue all the papers in the background and all the paints and stencils and all that all the time. You can, and in the next video I'll do so. I did have, let me see. What did my other one do? So I'm going to do her legs, and this color is light flesh. And I'm just going over, coloring them in. It's a little darker than I want it to be because it's going over that yellow color that I put, or beige color that I put down. And I'll put some shoes and stuff on her after. Not worried about it. I can always cut her legs off. I'm not really concerned. And if you want, and you want to bring her arms in, you can just bring her arms in. And then we can color her arms in. And I can put something in the middle that she's holding. It won't, you know, you can kind of actually connect those because when we put the thing in for her arms, that's what it'll be. And I can see that this goes a little bit deeper over here. And this goes up here a little bit. All right, and we can, like I said, make those her arms, or we could do stripes. You could do whatever you want. And that is about that for this part. It's very simple. Very fun. Mixed media, that's kind of what it means. It means we use color pencils. We've used markers. We've used crayons. We've mixed the medias. Medias are what we're using. Medias is the crayons, the markers, the colored pencils. Those are all different types of media. And, come on, just get it in. How can one crayon wreak such havoc? I don't know. And, of course, you can do, you know, you can go over with colored pencil and all this to make it more or whatever. I'm probably going to end up cutting her legs off. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But so far, this is where we're at. Hasn't taken long to get to this point. And you can do whatever way you want to do it. And that's her so far. Yeah. So, not bad. Not too long. It's a lot of fun. Just sitting and playing. And like I said, you can go over if you have paint or, you know, markers or whatever that you want to go over. And go over your crayons, you can. If you don't, you don't. Use whatever you have. The point is to make it yours and to play and have fun and do what you want. Like for her face here, for her neck, I'm going to go in. I might use the flesh color. I'm just going to very lightly go in to give that a little definition. And in the cleavage and around her face. And kind of smear it a little bit. And with it being on crayon, or actually the colored pencils, it's good because you can blend. And blend it in. And give her some more up there. It's just fun to play. Just play. It really is. So here we are so far. Now I got to decide, do I want to keep her on here and do a background, or I want to cut her out? I don't know what I want to do. I really don't. I'm going to glitter up her dress and this and that. But, so, this is the next part of the fairy. Like I said, we got markers, colored pencils, crayons, and we're good to go so far. And look, it doesn't take long, and you have, you know, you have fun. Do all kinds of cool stuff. And these were used, like I said, with the Faber-Castell markers. and they're basically India ink. And if you want to use your Copics or your Spectrum Noirs or your Sharpies or your Bics or your Rose Art, whatever, you know, you can do that, or you could use Crayola. It doesn't matter. Just know what your product is and how it works, so you don't go and do like I did, even though this is permanent, but my hand went over and it was still wet and it smeared a little bit. You know what I mean? But no harm done. So this is it so far. I think she's coming out good. Like I said, we're just playing, learning. No big deal. And like I said, I'm going to put, I love my little spider. I think I could just do a little spider like that right in the middle. But we're going to put something in there. I don't know what yet. Where I might decorate with that, I don't know. So, alright. Keep your eyes open for a giveaway. And I want to thank you guys for spending your time with me, especially if you're still here. And I hope you guys are learning. I love getting your messages and your emails with all your questions and, you know, beautiful comments and everything else. I really, really appreciate them. I'm glad that you guys, you know, are liking what I'm doing, because I know I haven't been as active as I want to be, but I hope that changes soon. And that's about it. So, like I said, leave me a comment or question or email, or hit me up on Facebook. I have a great group called All Things Creative. You can friend me on Facebook. I'll put the link down below. And just tell me to add me to your group. I think we got like 6 or 7 new people last week. And it's awesome. It's a fantastic group, drama free, a lot of stuff, a lot of fun stuff. And a lot of great, great, great people, and they're so supportive, and I love it. So here we are, and here's our little girl, our little fairy. And I hope you all have a great rest of the weekend. I shall be back one of these days. I'm hoping tomorrow. And I hope that you guys play and practice and learn, you know, learn something, you know, from me doing this for the past couple of days. I loved seeing Veronica's video with hers and that she's been doing, and I think it's awesome. So I haven't really been on YouTube too much, so I don't know if anybody else has done any, so please don't be angry. I just haven't had a chance to really sit down, but that is it. So as always, be kind to each other, because you never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And I hope you guys have a fun blast doing this, because it's so much fun. And she came out so cute so far. And I might cut her out and put her on a background. I don't know. But I'm loving her so far. I think with some glitter and stuff like that, I'm loving her. So I ain't hating on her. But I love all of you guys. I'm so blessed to have you as my friends and as my peeps on YouTube. And again, just thank you guys so much. I just can't thank you enough. So I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.